Hello and welcome to the Passive Income with Content channel. Please go ahead, click subscribe, click the comment button. Tell me what your thoughts are. Tell me what you want to learn about when it comes to making passive income with content. Today, we are going to be talking about a very popular topic, and that is low content products. And I've done other videos on this before, and I'm going to keep doing them because the topic is very appealing for especially beginners or people who have not yet made a ton of money online. And the reason why it's a popular one, because low content means low content. It's very different from writing a book that might be 25,000 words. Most people can't write a 25,000 word book in a day. Some people can. I know, I've seen it done actually, and there are ways that you can do it if you dictate the book, right? And then get it transcribed later. But that's not what we're talking about. That's actually how I got started in the content marketing business in 2010. I learned very, very quickly how to publish books and how to write books. I wrote a book a week while working a full-time job. And it was back when you didn't really have to do much marketing. You could literally write a book on how to grow organic tomatoes and you would get sales. It was insane. Today, it's very, very different. You have to publish very high quality ebooks in order to get sales, get reviews, get people buying your future books, right? So it's very, very different. Low content are things like journals, templates, workbooks, puzzles, checklists, printables, games. The great part about this is that it can never get saturated because there's always room for creativity. And if you are creative and if you have the will to succeed, you can definitely make money with this, all right? And that is why this is so exciting, because you don't need a college degree. You don't need to pass a course. You don't need a certificate. You don't need a diploma. You just need to do it. And you need to get shown the right way to do it, and then you could succeed. When I came online in 2010, I didn't have anything. I didn't have a following. I didn't know what I was doing until I actually started doing and learning and doing and testing and trying out. And that's how you kind of get to the other side. That's how you get your first royalty, right? Whether it's on Amazon or Etsy or wherever. So there's content in the form of digital content, which are the ones that I rattled off before, like the workbooks and the journals and things like that. And then there's the low content in the form of physical products. And that is really, really fun. And that is really, really open to creativity. And that is also another genre, if you will, of low content that could never get saturated because, again, there's new stuff coming out all the time that people are buying and they want custom stuff. We can be the ones that provide it to them. This week, what I'm specifically talking about here is something that we can talk about low content till the cows come home. This is just the topic that I'm talking about today, and that is the topic of workbooks. Creating a workbook is not super difficult. Being the recipient of a workbook is very, very powerful in a few different ways, right? Number one, if you design a workbook to actually help somebody through a process, let's say you're teaching them how to lose weight, right? And this workbook says, every day for the next 20 days, document what you eat. And then that person says, okay, I'm going to do this. And every single day they document what they eat. Maybe you break it down in the form of carbs and protein and sweets and snacks, whatever it is, water intake. So you're helping this person through a process. The person that is being helped is getting to the next level, growing as a person, getting help with whatever they need help with because of you. Why that is so powerful is that because it makes you more memorable. Not everybody has a workbook. Not every marketer has something that they can actually send to people in the mail with no inventory. Don't worry, you don't need to buy 500 workbooks just in order to sell them. You can do what's called print on demand. And that means is that it only gets printed if it is sold. That's what's great about most of these low content products that we talk about, whether they're physical products or digital products like workbooks. It's all on demand. You don't have to be buying tons and tons of inventory and sticking them in your garage and having them collect dust. You don't even have to be an expert in a specific topic in order to make a workbook. You can just make a workbook for anything and sell it online, and you're not the one that has to be the marketer behind it. I mean, you could very well be a coach or a consultant or maybe a real estate broker or somebody who, I don't know, does dental cosmetics, whatever it is, and you want to give a person something physical to take home with them. People love physical stuff. As much as we are a digital world, as much as we use apps, as much as we read ebooks, we still love books. We still love to hold the books in our hands. Almost every single person I talk to, and also this is backed by the Book Expo event that I go to every single year, most people prefer to read and have something physical in their hands when it comes to what they're reading. If it has not gone away now, it will never ever go away. I promise you that. And everybody's delivering digital. If we can be the ones that deliver physical, guess who's going to be the one that reaps the benefits? The marketer and the recipient as well, because of everything that I just talked about, right? This is my workbook. It's called Point Click Workbook Creation. I actually have two. One is spiral bound and one is just a regular, I don't know, not spiral bound. And what it is it's my templates that I provide so that you don't have to sit there for weeks and weeks making a workbook. You can just plug and play and use my templates. I think I have 11 components of a workbook. debdrum.com/PCWCRL. Point Click Workbook Creation RL. Pretty much there's the about, the intro, motivation images and quotes. These are awesome. I'm not going to say fillers, but when somebody is going through a workbook, they need inspiration. They need things like quotes, like motivational quotes like this one. The best way to predict your future is to create it, right? Things like that with like a nice graphic. I think I have like 50 different graphics in there that you can choose and put in your own workbook. You need some branding, you need some calls to action. Sometimes the workbook itself is not the thing that's going to make you money. It's what you're selling inside that's going to make you money. I have a friend who's a multi-million-dollar marketer, and one of his best converting funnels is a workbook, a physical book that he gives and sends to people, and they read it and they fill it out and they go through it and they're like, and then he's like, oh, here you go here and sign up for this, and that's what they do. This is like your calling card. You want to direct people to get to the next step, and you do that with your workbook. That's laying around the house, that's on the coffee table, that's in plain sight for people to see and remember you. We got journal entries and notes, templates and checklists. Checklists are huge. Another thing you can do is you can have people, let's say you have like a checklist in there, but maybe that checklist you want them to use over and over and over again, like every single month. As opposed to having like 12 in there once for every month, you can say, go to this website and you can go ahead and print this template or this checklist, right? So that's one way you can go from offline to online, online to offline. That's what you want to do in this scenario. Read this little passage or do this little thing or go through this exercise and then write what your experience is. Very, very powerful. Exercises and quizzes, and then content, right? You can put as much or as little content, additional content as you want inside of your workbook. The minimum number of pages, if you're working with KDP, there's no more create space. It's now under the Amazon umbrella, which is now KDP, which has always been KDP pretty much. Believe it's still, the minimum is still 24 pages. So if you can make like a minimum, 25 or 30 page workbook and just fill in the blanks with these templates that I have here, you can do this very, very quickly. So what are some of the benefits that you can have as a marketer when you have a workbook? Number one, first and foremost, is that you can increase engagement. Engagement is so powerful. Have you ever posted something on Facebook and heard crickets? No engagement, and it's not fun. Engagement is fun. When somebody is filling out your workbook, that is engagement. That counts as it, even though it's not online. You can get referrals. If I'm holding this workbook or it's on my coffee table, it's in my bathroom, wherever it is, somebody's like, oh, hey, what's that workbook? And I'm like, oh, this is whoever. This is Donna, this is Vicky, this is Philip, this is their workbook. Word of mouth is still the number one way books are sold today. You have increased satisfaction, you're memorable, you increase your passive income, you can increase your speaking engagement, you can increase your affiliate commissions, increase coaching and client sales. Branding, add value to your clients, makes you profitable, and it's a great marketing tool. There's so many benefits of having your own workbook. Now, if that wasn't enough, just the knowledge of knowing how to do a workbook is very, very powerful, because then you can go ahead and create a workbook for someone else, and you can get paid for that service. So a lot of the times when I was first starting out, I learned how to do many, many things, and I did them as services for other people. And you can get paid, $500, $1,000, even $2,000 to do a workbook for someone that you can literally complete in an afternoon with my help. So that is a pretty good ROI if you look at the price of what you are getting with point-click workbook creation. Vicky says, does KDP mail physical workbooks for you? Yes, it does. That's the beauty of it. So they don't mail it to you and then you mail it to them, or you just do it. They either buy it through KDP or you can order it for somebody. Journals, actually, what's great about this is that this can actually overlap with journal creation as well. If you have my templates, you can probably easily convert that over to a journal, and journals are even easier than workbooks because they don't require as many prompts, they don't require as much content in a sense. So it's a lot easier to do a journal, and with the templates that I have, you can convert that into a journal very, very quickly as well. All right, so that's debdrum.com/PCWCRL. The link should be in the chat. It should be in the description down below if you're watching this on the replay. Thanks for hanging with me today. I'll see you on the next one.